Etiquette expert Claudia Caporal says if you prefer bistro fare with a French accent, you should check out her choice. But no need to mind your P's and Q's at this spot. The bustling brasserie offers a fun, casual ambiance with authentic cuisine that will transport you straight to the sidewalks of Paris. It's in Coconut Grove and it's called Le Bouchon du Grove.
Le Bouchon du Grove, it's a tiny French restaurant. A bouchon is to Lyon what a bistro is to Paris. That means a casual restaurant with fresh produce. This is the wood table, all close together. We put the music like Edith Piaf. We don't put like classic music. Like to make it more even Frenchy. Like when someone comes in the restaurant, the point is like they have to feel like in France, exactly the same way if it was in France. That's the point. The waiters, most of my waiters are French, same as my chef. French cuisine is as great as you say. It's because of the produce and the area and the weather. We are lucky for that. One of the specialties of the bouchon is the chicken fricassee with morel mushroom risotto. We also have the sea bass with another risotto. The banon, the Provençal banon, it's a cheese from Banon in south of France. When you close the restaurant, you feel like, oh, all the people came with a nice smile on their face and they leave with the same nice smile. Perfect, like you made it. When you're in this business, if you're not passionate about cuisine, about what you do, it never works. It never works. It never works or it never lasts. Definitely, definitely. You have to feel excited every day. Every morning when you put your apron on, you have to feel like, okay. Otherwise,
What is your first impression when you walk into Le Bouchon?
It's a happy place. It's a definitely like casual, very relaxed dining. I say that if you haven't been to France, for instance, this is a good place to go check out because it's a traditional French bistro, usually with open doors, like the seating, goes out in the street. But they take the food very seriously. So besides being like a colorful, cheerful place with like crazy garçons, you have good food.
And it also has, I mean, it's just loaded with stuff, and it's kind of crazy and loud and bustling.
A lot of like French memorabilia. Like it's like an authentic piece of France in Miami.
Definitely really Parisian, no?
Yeah, the Lyonnaise.
Yeah,
actually.
A little bit. You're right. You're right. It is more south.
Well,
Julie?
I disagree with that as being authentic French. I thought it was kind of the fake French. I mean, you're just inundated with this overload of metal signs and every single possible surface, part of the wall, everything is just covered. I mean, it's just sort of over-sensory kill.
That's the charm of the place. That's what gives it some character.
Well, I didn't think it had character. I came in and I was just like, oh my God, this is just too much.
I totally disagree, especially because of the food. You see so many places in Americanized, Italian, American, Latin fusion. This is like when you see the menu, when you eat there, it's like the typical like French Lyonnaise food. It doesn't, it doesn't have any combinations or like distractions into the American.
It's a nice departure from the typical Miami dining scene. You really do feel like you're in another place.
And that's another thing that I like about this place is like you're in the middle of a Coconut Grove. It's a place that, how many times you get a chance to walk, just like stroll down the streets and like see people walking.
Now you started with escargot.
Yeah, I always go for the moules frites, but this time I ordered the escargots, which are also another of my favorite dishes, and it was perfect. And then I had a sea bass. This sea bass was like a pesto sauce with some tomatoes and some...
Like a carpaccio of tomato?
Yeah, carpaccio of tomato with a potato gratin of potato. It was really, really nice. The texture, the portions were perfect, like enough for one person. Not I wouldn't say that it's to share, but you were like really filled, and as a pregnant lady, I like to eat a lot.
I find the portions to be very generous.
Yeah,
and you tried quite a bit.
I'm a big fan of mussels. I tried a lot of stuff. I'm a big fan of mussels, and I thought they did a really good job. The portion was
You had the
generous.
mussels?
Yes, I had the mussels. They had the white wine broth with the shallots. Very crisp, perfectly cooked French fries that went very well with it.
I actually like to eat my mussels with the French fries inside. Like I take away all the shells and I just put the
So you're not a mayonnaise dipper for your fries?
No.
That's my thing.
I saw someone being served that and actually wished I had ordered that, the moules and frites. the mussels with the thin
That's a
French
big
fries.
seller there,
It came out in a big crusette type pot,
Yes.
cast iron pot,
And
it
covered.
was over, and it looked very good. And we were on our way out, and I thought, oh well, I guess had I ordered that, I might have enjoyed my
What did
experience.
you order?
That's my
We
favorite
ordered the
dish.
lamb, although the chops, the meat themselves was good, and it would have been wonderful had it been seasoned. So everything was either not enough seasoned or seasoned too much. Actually, the best thing that we had was the French bread, which was great and crispy, but there were no bread plates, and there were no butter knives.
Probably not a good
You
day.
know, so
Because, no, really, for real, I've been going to this
not
place
very good
over the
experience.
years, and the food never disappoints. It's one of those, like, you can rely on their offering, the menu. It's like consistently good food every time that I've been there.
Yeah, I also tried the duck confit, which I thought they did a good job with. The skin was very crispy, and the meat was tender and flavorful.
Confit being duck cooked in its own fat.
Correct.
One of my specialties. Did you drink wine?
I did,
that night?
and the place is good. They have several different types of French wines by the glass, so there's good options. It makes wine pairing easy. I definitely had a muscadet with the mussels, and I moved on to a Burgundy with the duck confit, and the wine was great, and they're reasonably priced.
You had one of my favorite things. Tell me a little bit about the onion soup.
Onion soup was great. It was very hearty, a lot of flavor to it. It was authentic. They did it the right way. Had some Swiss cheese on the top. They did it very well. It's a great soup.
Now, you go quite often. You've never had a problem with the language barrier.
No, I've gotten like crazy attitudes, a little bit of like a French attitude sometimes,
Right.
but I think that adds up to the character and the colors of this
And
place.
Tristan, the chef owner, has a lot of character himself.
He does, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Strike up a conversation with him sometime. Well, this was your choice. Give me a little summary of Le Bouchon.
Well, a place that you can really go and relax, and full of color, cheerful, friendly atmosphere, a place where you can actually end up like having a date with the person next to your table because they're so close by to each other, and the food is really reliable. Jill?
Well, I would disagree. I would say skip this restaurant unless you want a fake French experience.
I would recommend it. I think it's a nice escape from your typical Miami scene. I think you feel like you're in Europe when you're sitting in there. I think if you appreciate French bistros, it's a good spot for you. The service is great, and I recommend the food.
Well, for authentic French fare and the perfect place to people watch, you can take a stroll to Le Bouchon du Grove. It's located at 3430 Main Highway in Coconut Grove. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Reservations are accepted, and the average price for a dinner without drinks is about $35. This week we featured Bragozzo Osteria Wine Bar on Southwest 3rd Street in Pompano Beach, Sonny's Famous Hoagies on 66th Avenue in Hollywood, and Le Bouchon du Grove on Main Highway in Coconut Grove. Let's recap what our guests had to say. Julie says that Bragozzo Osteria Wine Bar is one of the best upscale Italian restaurants in Broward County. Steve enjoyed the extensive wine list but thought it only catered to high rollers. Claudia loved the service and decor, but found the menu a bit pricey. At Sonny's Famous Hoagies, Steve thinks it's the real deal for cheesesteak fans in South Florida. Claudia loved the friendly service, but passed on the old-time atmosphere. Julie says it's a great stop for a tasty lunch. Finally, Claudia recommends Le Bouchon du Grove for its authentic French flair and reliable food. Julie bragged about the baguettes, but felt the restaurant had a faux feel. Steve was transported to the south of France by its genuine bistro ambiance. We've had a wonderful time today. Thank you so much, all of you. I appreciate it. Julie Warnick,
Thank you.
Stephen Scharf, and Claudia Caporal.
My pleasure.
For more about the restaurants we featured, or if you'd like to apply to be a guest reviewer, go to www.checkpleasefl.com. Tune in next time for 3 new guests recommending 3 of their favorite restaurants right here on Check Please South Florida. I'm Michelle Bernstein, and I will see you then.